If you've driven anywhere in America, you've probably seen the neon "Hot Now" signs hanging in the window of every Krispy Kreme. The chain is famous for its hot glazed donuts, a niche it rolled out for itself, like so much pastry dough, to stand out from its competitors. So how did the once struggling chain rise up to challenge Dunkin'? Well, today we're taking you through the piping hot rise of Krispy Kreme. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave us a comment and let us know what other fast food menu items you would like to hear more about. Okay, let's go see if the sign is on. Yes, I know, we just checked. Back in 1937, a young man from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, named Vernon Rudolph, acquired a secret yeast-raised dough recipe from a mysterious French chef in New Orleans. But like most great origin stories, it doesn't totally hold up under scrutiny. Years later, Rudolph's grandson Carver claimed the recipe came from a cook named Joseph G. LeBoeuf in Louisville, Kentucky. Wherever the recipe came from, Rudolph wasn't envisioning a massive empire of neon "Hot Now" signs stretching across the world when he opened his first Krispy Kreme donut shop in Winston-Salem. His initial plan was to sell freshly baked donuts to local grocery stores. But what happened next was totally unexpected. The smell of the hot, sugary donuts drew in passerbys who couldn't resist the delicious aroma. They kept stopping in to try and buy some of the fresh pastry, and soon enough, a crowd gathered. It was at that moment Rudolph realized he should be thinking bigger. So he made a bold decision that would forever change the company's future. He cut a hole in the side of the shop to sell the donuts directly to customers on the sidewalk. Cutting out the middleman allowed people to experience the warm, fresh donuts immediately, and it soon became a signature feature of the Krispy Kreme brand. Customers could now see the donuts being made and smell them fresh off the conveyor belt. Word of mouth spread like wildfire, and the popularity of Krispy Kreme skyrocketed. The "Hot Now" sign that would later become both the linchpin of the business and a pop culture icon in its own right was born. But it wasn't just the shop's window that drew people in. It was the donuts themselves. The original Krispy Kreme donuts were something else entirely. A light, airy, melt-in-your-mouth experience. The donuts were fried to golden perfection and covered in a thin layer of sugary glaze, giving them a sweet and crisp exterior with a soft, pillowy interior. There was nothing like them anywhere else, and the combination of freshness, quality, and sweetness quickly made them beloved by locals and visitors alike. At first, Krispy Kreme only offered the original glazed donut. There were no other flavors or variations, but it didn't need to be any more complicated. The donuts were so good that customers didn't want anything else. High quality became the brand's hallmark, and it was tough to argue with the growing lines of customers eager to scoop up some fresh glazed donuts. As the years went by, Rudolph continued to expand his business. In the 1950s, he introduced a standardized dry donut mix to ensure that every donut, no matter where it was made, tasted just as fresh and delicious as the first one. He also collaborated with engineers to develop specialized equipment that automated much of the donut-making process, allowing him to streamline production while maintaining the same high-quality donuts customers had come to love. The 1960s were a significant turning point for the company. As Krispy Kreme expanded beyond North Carolina, Rudolph standardized the store's design, featuring the iconic green tile roofs that would come to define the brand. This branding effort helped Krispy Kreme stand out, making it easily recognizable in communities throughout the southeastern United States. Seriously, it's like a lighthouse for long-haul truckers. In the 1980s, Krispy Kreme was poised for a new phase of growth. The company was purchased by a group of franchisees in 1982, and the new owners refocused the brand on what had made it special in the first place: the hot donut experience. The "Hot Now" sign, which had long been a customer favorite, became a formalized feature, serving as both a visual beacon and a customer incentive. When the light is on, it draws in customers eager to grab a box of warm, freshly glazed donuts, an experience that remains unmatched by competitors to this day. This emphasis on serving hot, fresh donuts directly from the production line helped the chain stand out in an increasingly competitive market. The renewed focus paid off when, in 1996, Krispy Kreme opened its first store in New York City. The move into the Big Apple was a major milestone, and it marked the beginning of the company's national expansion. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Krispy Kreme had become a nationwide sensation, opening stores in cities like Los Angeles and Chicago. And in 2001, the company opened its first international store in Canada. The Krispy Kreme phenomenon had officially gone global. Krispy Kreme's quest for world domination wasn't all warm glaze and neon lights. Standing in its way was a caffeinated colossus, Dunkin' Donuts. Before the 1990s, Krispy Kreme was just a southern darling. But in the aughts and beyond, Krispy Kreme started popping up everywhere, including places where the customer base already had a deep emotional bond with their morning coffee and donuts. In cities like Boston and Philadelphia, Krispy Kreme faced an uphill battle against deeply ingrained Dunkin' loyalty. And, let's be honest, no one wins against an army of Bostonians fueled by iced coffee in the dead of winter. The numbers don't lie. Dunkin' boasts over 8,500 U.S. locations, while Krispy Kreme has fewer than 400. Dunkin' built an empire on coffee sales, treating donuts like a side hustle. There's a reason they even dropped the name from their brand. Focusing on the coffee, the donuts are theoretically Dunkin'. Krispy Kreme, on the other hand, put all its eggs, and sugar and yeast, into one basket, the original glazed. Another challenge? Krispy Kreme's corporate structure. Franchisees weren't just slinging donuts, they were required to buy specialized equipment and mix from Krispy Kreme's own manufacturing division, making expansion pretty costly for each owner. Meanwhile, Dunkin' operated with a more flexible franchising model, making it easier to open new locations. Krispy Kreme may offer an arguably superior donut, but it faced a more difficult path to long-term success as a result. Over the years, Krispy Kreme has experimented with expanding its menu beyond donuts, but not all attempts have been successful. Some of the most notable flops include Cool Cream Ice Cream, introduced to increase afternoon sales with soft-serve ice cream, sundaes, and milkshakes, but ultimately removed due to logistical challenges. The whole wheat glazed donut failed as a healthier alternative because it contained nearly as much sugar and fat as the original. The company also briefly experimented with Krispy Kreme Pizza in the 1960s, though little documentation remains, suggesting it was quickly abandoned. Other failed items include the Texas Pete hot sauce donut, which sounds like a prank and never made it past limited testing, donut shakes, a blended donut beverage that deserved to perform better than it did, and scoop sandwiches, donut-based ice cream sandwiches that never expanded beyond test markets. Krispy Kreme's most successful strategy remains focusing on its core product rather than attempting drastic menu change-ups. Nobody is going to show up for a hot donut pizzas now sign. Failed products haven't been the company's only setback. In the early 2000s, Krispy Kreme faced SEC scrutiny for financial irregularities, including allegations of inflating sales figures. These issues led to leadership change and slowed expansion. The company's rapid growth also led to market saturation, causing some franchisees to struggle, and lawsuits emerged over supply chain issues and profit-sharing disputes. Krispy Kreme has made several marketing blunders, including a 2015 UK promotion called Krispy Kreme Club Wednesday, which, when abbreviated in promotional material, read KKK Wednesday. We probably don't need to explain why that was an issue. The company quickly withdrew the campaign and made a public apology. Another controversy emerged in 2019 when it was revealed that the Ryman family, which owns Krispy Kreme's parent company, JAB Holding, had profited from forced labor during World War II. In response to backlash, the family pledged to donate millions to Holocaust survivor charities. The COVID-19 pandemic posed significant challenges for the food industry, but Krispy Kreme adapted through creative marketing. One of its most notable initiatives was its vaccination incentive program, launched in 2021. Customers who showed proof of COVID-19 vaccination could receive a free original glazed donut daily for the remainder of the year. While this move was praised by some as a fun incentive, others criticized it for potentially encouraging unhealthy eating habits. The pandemic also accelerated Krispy Kreme's shift towards delivery and drive-through models, which helped sustain sales during lockdowns. While Krispy Kreme may not rival Dunkin' in terms of store count, its niche focus on high-quality hot donuts continues to set it apart. Instead of competing head-on, the company has leaned into partnerships, most notably with McDonald's. In 2024, Krispy Kreme announced that it would roll out its donuts to all McDonald's locations nationwide by 2026, a move that dramatically expands its reach. Globally, Krispy Kreme operates in over 30 countries, with its strongest international presence in Asia, the Middle East, and Mexico. Additionally, it has experimented with vegan donuts in select markets, trying to appeal to different consumer preferences. Recent strategic shifts include selling a majority stake in Insomnia Cookies in 2024 to refocus on its core business. Limited time and seasonal offerings, often tied to pop culture figures like Dolly Parton, have also proven successful in keeping customers engaged. But nothing compares to seeing that bright red sign when you're craving some glazed perfection. Just don't turn it on in Philadelphia. So what do you think? Have you ever staked out a Krispy Kreme waiting for the sign to come on? Or are you a Dunkin's devotee? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.